We're going to get started with our drawing of our bowl to show you blending, which is the smooth gradual transition from light to dark values. So I'm going to get started with shading, but before I do, make sure you accurately draw the bowl. Make sure the first thing I tend to do would do the lip shape that's going in here, that's going around the bowl. Make sure you get that accurate. Then you can add on, it's kind of like a cylindrical shape of the bowl at the bottom. Remember it's round, so the bowl will never have a flat bottom. It'll always have a rounded bottom. Draw in your shadow. You can also add on to these little areas right here. That's it, where it's a bowl that you can pour something from, a handle. Now, if you don't have this bowl particular, of course, you could use any bowl that you have at home. Then, after you've drawn it accurately, because make sure you put in the baseline, you surface your bowl. Right now I have things behind it. So I'm just gonna, just draw a line to say that the bowl is sitting on a surface. Okay, so now we're gonna get into shading. Make sure you have all your supplies. Your sharpener, you have your eraser, everything that you need, and the right color, shaded coloring pencils. So we're going to work on three key areas. We're going to work on the dark area value. We're going to work on the depth, how to show something coming, showing the depth. We're going to also show the light value and how you can show light value around the rim. So I won't be able to shade the whole thing, but I'm going to try to shade sections to give you an idea. And definitely we're going to show how to shade shadow. Okay, so we're working with green, so I'm going to get all the different shades. I got my green, I got my yellow, I have all my coloring pencils available. This one has an eraser, so I'm going to make sure they are right here so I can start to shade. So let's work with, if the light is coming from this end, the shadow is going to reflect on the upper part and as you come out of the bowl. So in this case, I am going to focus on coming out of the bowl with my dark value. So I'm going to shade up with my green. And I'm going to blend, come up. I'm going to blend up my darker green up from the bottom, just to give the illusion of depth. So I'm going to come around in here. And then I'm going to blend it up. Now with coloring pencils, you work in layers. So I'm going to use this because my bowl is kind of a lime green, maybe closer to real green, but it's a little lemony. So I'm going to come in here with my dark value. I'm going to blend this into my other value. And I'm going to blend. Now when you're blending, make sure you show the transition. You don't show patches. You try to show the transition. And then I'm going to come in with my lighter green up in this area. Now I'm giving the illusion that is a bowl, but I'm noticing around in here I have a darker area too, and it gets a little lighter as it comes around in here. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to blend this color green into this, pressing hard, and then I'm going to lighten this up as I come into the other area. Now I'm noticing that up in here it gets dark, but it doesn't go into the light part that's hidden over on that section. So I'm just going to quickly go in here, bring this around, blend this color out, and then I'm going to get my yellow because it has a little yellow tone, yellow green tone into the bowl. So I'm going to blend that. I'm going to press that really hard so as to get that color going on here. Going to get my green again, and then I'm going to get my darkness coming around in here. And then I'm going to blend this out until this area is totally finished. Okay, so I'm really just concentrating on giving the illusion of depth as you come out of the bowl. All right, and you will continue that. Now I'm going to go to this section here where you see the darkness on this end and how we're going to show that coming from this area. So of course, similar to what we just did, you're going to get your dark color, your darkest green. You're going to work your way here, but watch. I am going to leave this area here for my light. So So I'm not going to just go ahead and just shade the whole thing. And now blending and shading is not just filling in the space. Now to create my dark shade of this green, I can go sideways now. I just got the edge. But I could also, to make a shade of this green, I could also add some black coloring pencil to my shading. So I can go ahead now and get my black, and I can also put a little of that to even make my green a little darker shade of my green. So I'm going to come on the edge here, and I'm going to blend in a little of my dark value of my black. Yeah, that is going to, and notice I am shading with the direction of which the bowl is going. Now, some people might decide to go like this, or some people might decide to go on a rounded view. I'm deciding to go more on the rounded view, so I'm going to go like this. And then as I get out of this area, of course, I'm going to lighten it up. But you should see a smooth, gradual transition from your darker value going into my lighter value. And I'm going to press a little, pressing harder in the dark areas and lighten it up as you come in the lighter areas. Now, I could always add my yellow in there when I'm finished. Now, how to handle this area? Now, this area isn't as dark valued as this area. So I am going to do the same basic thing, but I'm going to get my lighter shade of my green. I'm going to get my lighter shade of my green, and I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to press hard with this in this area as I come out of the roundness of the bowl. Notice this is a little lighter. So I am going to go ahead and shade lighter, but I'm also going to see that yellow is in shades in this bowl. I'm going to add my yellow and press hard in here too with my yellow. I'm going to go in there, and so I'm going to create a light value. Now, as you notice, the areas that have the light hidden, I am definitely leaving that white. Now let's concentrate a little on the shadow very quickly before we end this video. And I am going to use my black for, well, actually, let's go with another color. Let's go with a brown shade just for today. And we're going to use our brown shade. And I just want to remind you that underneath the shadow, I'm going to get it very, very dark. Very, very dark as it come under the object. And as I come out onto my shadow, I'm going to get it very dark closer. I'm going to blend. I want to remind you the shadow does not have a definite line going around. So you're going to blend out in the area of the shadow. You're going to blend out that area. Okay, so I just want to show you how to shade using coloring pencil. I'm going to, and you can continue your bowl and get it done correctly. Thank you.